Well, would you look at us? Just a couple of little gamers. Me, the invasion enjoyer. You, the invasion content enjoyer. We go together like peas and carrots, you know? Just two of a kind. Thanks for being here, by the way. Really appreciate you clicking on the video, joining us for our newest episode of Sunday Night Invasions. If you haven't already pieced it together, it's where we do some invading on a Sunday night. And then I'll upload the video on a Sunday night so that it's like you're there. It's like you were really there. Even though you weren't. Here's our first victim. Guy climbed all the way up the ladder just to fall all the way down the ladder. Just a silly one. You know, when something like that happens, you take out the Phantom. You kind of take a little peek at how many runes they drop for you. You think to yourself, that guy probably hits hard. Glad I got that cheap and easy kill on him. And then it's like the timer started. The timer of the Phantom's resummoning, you know? You gotta be quick about it. You got about a minute, maybe a minute and a half if you're lucky, before that host resummons that Phantom. And that Phantom's gonna be upset because of what you just did, you know? He's gonna want some revenge on you. So, good luck, gamer. I finished the upload of the Liza P blind playthrough. Had a lot of fun doing it. 39 chapters. Wow. Ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was. And that's a great thing. Absolutely loved the game. Really enjoyed the experience of doing kind of like a let's play where I was doing some live audio recording and reactions to the game and then uploading the videos. Had an absolute blast. It was a lot of fun. If you checked it out, really appreciate you. I love those kind of games. I love these kind of games. These, you know, Souls-like games, I guess they've been called. It'd be cool if there was like an actual name for this style of game, but we just call it Souls-like. And they're great games. And that first blind playthrough that you do is like, you never know what's coming around the corner. And that for me is a lot of the joy and the excitement of the experience. Comes from not really knowing what's coming next. But I also understand that can also lead to some folks maybe experiencing some anxiety about it. Like, oh no, what's going to happen next? Did I do everything right? Did I miss anything? Do I have the right build? You know, different things like that. And, oh, there he goes. I told you guys. He's going to come back for his revenge. I probably deserved those tea bags. Who knows? You know, who's to say? I'm just an invader. Just trying to invade out here. But yeah, so, you know, some folks, they don't want to not know what's coming next, so they'll check out a playthrough, or maybe you don't have the budget to experience the game yourself, whatever it might be. Did it seem like that dog tried to get me? It seemed like that dog tried to get me, right? Sometimes, you know, can't tell. Am I the good guy or the bad guy? I don't really know. That was a close one right there. That's why it's a sloppy Sunday. Because of that right there. The whole episode's going to be a little bit sloppy. So hopefully you can enjoy that. These chaotic and hectic invasions that we've got ahead of ourselves. But yeah, so back to the playthrough briefly. We understand that some people, maybe they don't have it in their budget. Maybe they don't have the time. Or maybe they get frustrated with these kind of games, so they don't want to, you know, bang their head against the wall trying to defeat these bosses. So I thought, yeah, why not upload it to the channel, have something fun for anybody who wants to check it out. and I'm really glad that I did. It was really cool thing to do. I think the developers that put that one together did an excellent job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they could maybe do next. You know, it's nice to have different options in this genre. You know, different takes, different twists on the formula, and I think that they did a solid job. So definitely applaud them for that. Check it out yourself if you haven't already. If you're interested and you're maybe not sure, I would definitely recommend it. Did I already say that? I don't know if I already said that or not. So what happened when I sat down to record the audio for this one is I got about half an hour through the recording, and then I realized that my mic actually wasn't picking up any of my audio. So I got a PlayStation 5 probably about 2 months ago maybe. And the controller, if you didn't already know this, I didn't know this at first, but the controller has a microphone in it, which is just kind of nuts, kind of really strange. But the controller can pick up your audio, so you don't have to connect like your own headset or whatever if you want to talk to, you know, people in chat, like the Call of Duty lobbies that you're in. You could probably just talk about their moms and stuff like that without needing to hook up your own headset and you know, the old microphone. But so that means that there's a mute button right on the controller. And so sometimes when I'm playing games, if I'm watching like a YouTube video or listening to music in the background, I'll mute the controller so that it doesn't pick up any of that audio, just in case I want to clip something. And so I think I had the controller muted, even though I'm using a different microphone to record my audio for this video. I'm still using the PlayStation 5 to do so, and so I think that's what happened. It was a user error. It's a bummer. So, you know, there's an alternate timeline in which the video, the Sloppy Sunday invasion video that comes out, is completely different than this one. But hey, regardless of the timeline that you're watching this video on, we just got that guy. Was that a parry? I think it was a parry. Parry into the riposte. This guy's gonna try to parry us. He's also a weathered straight-sword enjoyer. I can respect that. I don't think I've talked about the character yet, so we could let's do that. Let's ride down that stream of consciousness. This is Garndolf. Garndolf, the wizard. The initial conception of this character was I wanted to have like a scuffed wizard, you know, somebody who's just a little off, just a little out there. Oh, there he goes with the parry. Look at this damage. Look at that. Man, crucial. Yeah, so I wanted to make a scuffed wizard. I didn't really know what to name him at the time, so I was like, Garndolf is... People will get they'll get it. They'll understand what I'm going for. Name him something like Garndolf. And so I'm doing my playthrough with Garndolf when I first made him. He was like my third character, maybe, that I've put together. And one of the first pieces of gear that I got was the Guardian Greaves. And oh, here, this is told you guys, Sloppy Sunday. You ever spawn in underneath a walking mausoleum? Because I have. It's happened to me one time. And here that is. Didn't know this could happen, but that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so got these Guardian Greaves, and they're just like they're like a green pair of trousers with some like golden shin guards, basically. But he's not wearing any shoes, and I thought that was just really great from like a character standpoint. It's like, yeah, old Garndolf is he learned the way of the hobbits. He doesn't need shoes. He's just going barefoot. And then I got this helmet here. I think this is the foot soldier's helmet. And you know, it's got a little bit of a brim on it, so it kind of looks a little bit like a wizard's hat, you know? If you squint your eyes a little bit, you can kind of see what I'm going for. So that was the aesthetic when we first made this character. And But then what happened was I took him all the way up to level 168, and 168 is a good place for invasions. You get a decent mix of people who are just bullies who want to gank invaders, and then you also get some people who are doing like end game content, as well as people who are going through like their new game plus. So it's a nice little blend of things, but it's a little bit more competitive, I would say, than it is when you're using like a character who's like level 80 or level 90. And in that sense, I just mean that like things hit harder. And so trying to wear a pair of pants without shoes when you're level 168, just not very practical. You kind of need that extra damage reduction. So I probably switched over to using something like the Bull Goat Greaves, you know, get a little extra defense going. And it just kind of made me feel like, oof, that was a good one. Good shot by that guy. Or gal. Guy or gal. Hit us right in the nose. Yeah, it just kind of felt like what made the character special was lost, you know? And so I said, what could I do to remedy this situation? I've over-leveled my character. And so just went to the drawing board, and I said, you know what, I've got this character here. This is Carrion Gary. He's got some videos on the channel, and Carrion Gary was my intelligence build at level 88 with plus 15 weapons. And so I said, you know what, I'll just swap these two characters around, and I'll make Carrion Gary my 168 magic guy, and I'll make Garndolf my level 88 magic guy, and then there you go, you know. So now I got like two new characters, you know, not really new, but like they're fresh, they're remixed, so that's fun. And so maybe our next episode of Sunday Night Invasions will be with our updated jacked version of Carrion Gary. The 168 build is like a mix of strength and intelligence, so it uses a lot of cold infusions, and so that'll be exciting for Carrion Gary to mess around with. And so yeah, so I've been having some fun with these invasions. I haven't been playing Elden Ring as much recently. Been some other games on my radar, of course, the Liza P playthrough like we mentioned earlier, but also been checking out some new free-to-play games. There's a new game that just came out. You might have heard of it before. It's called Roblox. It's free on PlayStation now, and so I spent a little bit of time checking that out, seeing if there's anything good. And new battle royale game called My Hero Ultra Rumble, based on the My Hero Academia anime, which I'm a fan of. So I've been checking that out a bit, playing some Dead by Daylight, which is an old favorite of mine. I took probably a good year or so off playing that, but been getting into that a little bit recently. And then most recently, like just this week, there's a game called Honkai Star Rail, just released on PlayStation 5. It's another free-to-play, one of these gacha games. And so I've been checking that out to see what it's about. It's been out on PC and on mobile for a while, but just making its way to PlayStation. So got to check it out. I got a PS5 now, so check out all these cool new free-to-play PlayStation games, which I love. So that's been fun. But with that in mind, it's like I have less time for Elden Ring, and in a way that's been a really kind of a nice thing, because I can appreciate the invasions that I do have now. You know, you spend a lot of time doing something, you can kind of get a little bit maybe burn out about it. Maybe sometimes you get a little bit jaded when things don't go your way, or maybe things just get a little bit repetitive. And so So then you take a step back, you give it some space to breathe, you know, let it get some air, come back to it, and now you got a whole new perspective. And so I've been really enjoying coming back to it every other weekend, doing some invasions and being intentional about it, just sitting down trying to have a good time. Did you guys see how quickly it was that guy resummoned his companion? I know I put that in 2 times speed for a minute there, but by my timer it was about 50 seconds between when I killed his friend and the notification came up on screen saying that his friend was rejoining the world. And that's gotta be the fastest I think I've ever seen before. I didn't know that it could go that fast. Like, I thought that it, like, at least a minute. Give me at least a minute, you know? And maybe you noticed when I was fighting against that phantom, a little bit scuffed. Their connection and my connection aren't really playing very well together. So it makes things a little bit more challenging than they should be, that's for sure. And so not only are they hitting us real hard, but they're a little bit unpredictable. It's a little bit unpredictable for telling when we're going to hit them or when they're going to hit us. Are we going to dodge their attack? Are our attacks going to land? We just don't know, you know? So not the greatest, and definitely not the greatest to have them rejoining the fray so quickly. Thought we would have a little bit more time to take on the host. See that right there? It looked like he was running at us, but he wasn't running at us. I don't know. My connection, his connection, somebody's connection. This is one of those invasions that are just kind of like, blah, you know? Just kind of like, why are we still here? Do I really have to do this, you know? Do I really got to go through with this invasion? Can I get a new one, you know? Order up. Give me a new invasion, please, because this one's not great. But I left it in the video. Because it's going to be important later. You know, sometimes these things happen. You can't make this stuff up. It's not like I get to pick and choose how these invasions go. I'm just a guy playing games. But it'll be important later for us. So, got to keep it in. Gotta check it out. Gotta see how it goes. And if you've played on this area before, down here in the good old Siofra River, you know about these just top tier enemies, the lightning balls. I don't know what their actual name is. We're just gonna call them the lightning balls. But they are just like the best co-invaders in the game for sure. Just absolutely love them. So, you know, when things aren't going our way, we're gonna try to get some friends. And these, you know, unlikely allies, these lightning balls, there's one right there. Maybe they can help us out. We got no resources and they just got a hunter. So we'll see how this goes. What was I saying before? Oh yeah, taking a little bit of a break from Elden Ring. Coming back to it with a fresh perspective. With a new appreciation for things. Makes me really enjoy the time that I do spend playing the game. Also makes me really excited for the expansion whenever it, you know, gets to us. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later, but might not be until after the new year. We'll have to see. Oh, there we go. Good old lightning balls. Took out both of them. Look at that. We couldn't have done that. Would have taken us all day to take them both out. And then here we go again. Running all the way back to our site of grace because we can't fight one-on-one. We're too afraid, too scared to just fight the invader. Even though I got no resources. I got nothing to heal with. I mean, you know, who am I? I'm just a little guy. Just a little guy with no shoes on. Gotta keep running around till we can get that. There it is. Summon the cooperator. Another, like, literally less than a minute. I'm feeling like these guys are playing in the same household or something. So, excited for what's next when it comes to Elden Ring. Excited to see what they can cook up. You know, I'm sure many of us are wondering what kind of bosses, what kind of weapons are we gonna come up against. I'm wondering what's up with these Leonine Bisbegotten having all of these powerful swords. Can I get an answer for that? And there it is, gamers. The DC, the good old disconnect. You know, I used to work in a restaurant. It was a fancy Italian joint. And we would do these things called wine dinners. It's where the chef would put together like a special customized menu. And each menu item, it'd be like 7 courses. Each menu item would be paired with a specific wine. And around the midpoint, they would serve a dish. It was called the intermezzo. It's kind of like a palate cleanser, and so that was our intermezzo, a little unprompted, little montage of some of the fun invasions that we had during Sloppy Sunday. Little treat for you. Cleanse our palate after that kind of awful, drawn out invasion that ended in a DC. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. I like that little track that I found to go with it. The one of the good things about the Share Factory Studio on the PlayStation 5 is it's got new audio tracks to work with. So crashes more than the old Share Factory, but got new music choices. So I mean, it's a trade-off. It's you win some, you lose some. But that previous invasion, the one where they disconnected, the name was Vita Cruel, I believe. So we're gonna keep that in mind, because you know, who knows, we might run into them again, and that's what we call foreshadowing. And look at this, this guy got to stay in the video. I could have easily cut out that invasion. I could have easily said, you know what, we don't need to show that to the fans. But that guy deserved to be here. What an awesome dude. What an awesome dude. He's using one weapon, beating me up. I'm starting to get a feel for it. Goes running around the corner, switches over to a big old sword. We go jousting against each other. He knocks me in the air and I'm dead. He wins. I lose. He's the champion because he fought the invader. So you're staying in the video. Respect to you, gamer. Before I forget, I want to say thank you to anyone out there who has recently subscribed to the channel. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos, the content that I've been putting out recently. It was back around May that we had, I think, about 24 or 25 subscribers on the channel. And as of this video, we're at 108, which is like, wow. Super cool, super humbling, very grateful for everyone's support. And that's like 80 new subscribers in the last like 5 months or so, which is just awesome. And it's been really encouraging as well to see some of the feedback on the videos. So definitely appreciate you. Maybe I should have said that sooner in the video. At this point, you know, sometimes you never know how long somebody's gonna stick with the video. Are they gonna ride it out for the whole 38 minutes? Are they gonna click off after a minute or two? Maybe they get 10 minutes in and they find something else that they want to check out on YouTube, so they click on that. I know how it goes. I understand. So, you know, maybe maybe we should have thanked the viewers earlier. Coobs, write that down. Make sure you leave a note for yourself for next time. Do the thank you earlier in the video. You know, I know that these videos are a little bit longer too. This is probably on the shorter end, actually, of some of our Sunday Night Invasion videos. Sometimes they're closer to like 45 minutes. But, you know, I've found that myself, I enjoy some of this long-form invasion content. And, you know, sometimes it's like I could probably sit down and put together a condensed version of these invasions and just, you know, like that montage that we just watched a little bit ago. That's just kind of taking some of the highlights and putting it together rather than, you know, watching the whole full-length invasion. But sometimes that leaves out some of the context of what happened, and sometimes the best moments are the things that, like, we have some build up towards, if that makes sense. Yeah, so like that last invasion, they were picking on me in the hallway, shooting breath at me. Then they got their hunter, and so I said, you know what, I'm pretty familiar with this area. I think I got a couple of crab friends down here, and I don't think that they like you very much. And so then we're able to go turn the tides of battle, and that's all you need sometimes, is just a quick idea. You gotta be quick on your feet as an invader, and so turn things around. I don't know what else to say right now. I'm actually watching what's going on the screen as well. Looks like we snuck up on these guys and we took out their phantom pretty quickly, which is pretty cool. Oh, nice. Landed a carrion piercer. I love these spells. I think these are really great spells. I think I've probably said this before, but it would be awesome if there was a sorcerer's staff that was also a weapon, like they've done in some of the previous iterations. I think that would be really cool. And then of course have like a weapon that can cast incantations. Ooh, look at that. What a little combo. A little two-piece and a biscuit, you know? Give him the bow. That was a good one. I like when the spells come together like that. Okay, so here we go. Here it is, gamers. This is what we were foreshadowing earlier, alright? Vita Cruel. We see the name, and right away we're like, you know what, let's switch to something a little bit nastier, something a little bit meaner than the weathered straight sword. Because I don't know if you know this, but the weathered straight sword is not a good straight sword. It's like bottom of the barrel. I would probably say I would rather have the short sword than the weathered straight sword in most cases. However, I use the weathered straight sword with this character for two reasons. One, I do kind of like the way that it looks. Like, it's just like an old-fashioned kind of beat-up sword, and it just kind of fits with this character. But two, it doesn't have a sheath or like a scabbard, whatever you would call it. It doesn't have a holster, and I like that. aesthetically, not having a holster on my hip for my sword. And so here we go. So this is their phantom that we've had trouble with. We killed them, what, twice in the invasion, having some connection issues. Saw them. This is what they're doing, you know? This is who they are. We get to see their true colors. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. Look at that. They're just sitting over here trying to set a little trap or something. What's he doing? What's he doing? What was he doing, gamers? He was disconnecting again. He said, oh no, you died again? Oh no, it's the same invader, killed us last time? Oh no, I better get out of here. Oh no, I'm already playing past my curfew. I gotta get out of here. And then the disconnect happens. You know, couldn't have seen it coming. I don't think I did see it coming, actually. I should have. The hindsight, it's pretty clear. You, the viewer, you probably knew what was going to happen. But in the moment, I was thinking surely that these guys had some sort of big brain trap set up for me, and that I was going to be the one who gets tossed off the ledge or something like that. Definitely didn't think that they were just going to disconnect the moment I killed their friend. But hey, you know what? Sometimes we just can't win, you know? I mean, I win because they disconnected, so I win. But they can't win. Sometimes they can't win. Maybe I should make these videos shorter. Give me some feedback in the comments section if you're here at the 31-minute mark, almost 32 minutes into the video. Do you like this long-form content? Should I make it a little bit shorter? Is half an hour long enough? Is half an hour too long? Would 20 minutes be better? If you don't mind leaving a little feedback for me, I would definitely appreciate it. Should I be quiet more? Should I give us more time to just sit in silence and watch these invasions? Maybe I'll do a silent Sunday invasion. There we go. There's an idea. Actually, the very first Sunday night invasion video, there's a playlist on the channel, by the way, if you want to check out some of the other Sunday night invasion videos without like scrolling through all of the videos that I've uploaded. Got a little playlist where they're all put together. But the original Sunday night invasion video that I did was back like just a couple of months after release. And basically the same concept. I had sat down one Sunday evening and had done a bunch of invasions, and I was like, you know what, those invasions went really well. I like this build for this character that I was using. A lot of Claymore action, I believe. I was a big fan of the Claymore early on. And when I was first getting into invasions, just a really good weapon to invade with. A lot of versatility. And so I uploaded the invasions to the channel, called it Sunday Night Invasions, but there was no audio commentary with it. It was just the invasions playing. So maybe I'll do one of those. That would probably be a lot easier for me to put together than sitting down and recording 40 minutes worth of audio, you know, to go along with the invasions. So maybe that's something that we'll check out. We'll call it a silent Sunday invasions. Look at this guy, you know, just the MVP, the absolute MVP. This big old bull, gonna beat them up, gonna kill these guys for me, gonna help us out. You know, that's again one of the things that I really enjoy about the invasions in Elden Ring is the diversity in the areas that you can invade in, and the open world nature of things leads to a lot of these cool interactions where you've got this huge, you know, area boss who's now joined in the fun, and he's just scooping us both up. We're both getting hit by this guy. I gotta dodge him, he's gotta dodge him. Some of us better dodgers than others. But look at that. Look at that guy. I told you guys, though, Sloppy Sunday, just going to be a mess. Just the whole episode's going to be a mess. Now we got to go find this host. Hopefully we can take them out quickly, because if we don't, then they're going to summon back their friend, and then we're going to be here all day, you know? Yeah. 'Tis what it is. Anything new I can talk about? Anything exciting? You know what? I haven't really sprinkled a whole lot of positivity into this one. You know, I said some thank you and gave some gratitude, but let's get a little bit of positive pep talk going here at the end here. If you're still around, maybe you've been waiting for something. Maybe you've been waiting for me to say something nice and maybe even inspirational to you. You know, gamer, you matter. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, everything's going to be all right. You know? Sometimes we get obstacles thrown our way, and it's just to remind ourselves of how strong we really are. So I appreciate you for never giving up and for always doing your best. That's all we can ask of each other. That's all we can ask of ourselves, is to do our best. So thanks for always doing your best. And even when it feels like you can't, even when you feel like you can't quite do your best, do the best that you can even then, you know? That's all we can expect. And if you do your best and somebody says it's not good enough, then you can tell them to come to Coob's channel. You say, you need to go watch this video because my friend Coob's told me it was enough, because I'm enough and I'm worth it. Because you are, gamer. You little gamer. You're awesome, so stay awesome. Oh, man, I almost forgot. Our unofficial official sponsor of Sunday Night Invasions. I almost left them out of the video. If you've been here before, you know we've been talking about Aldi Foods recently, man. They've come up in a couple of videos, just doing it right, you know, doing it right. Got one more quick little bit before we wrap things up. Aldi Foods. Went there the other day in the frozen section looking for some ice cream. Found myself a pint of ice cream. Ice cream. It was called Brookie Dough. Yeah, I know, right? Sounds good even. Brookie Dough ice cream. Basically, there's a Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor. It's called Half Baked. It's got cookie dough and it's got brownie pieces. And it's got chocolate and vanilla ice cream. It's like $6 or $6.50 for a pint of it. And this Brookie Dough at Aldi Foods was $3. Same size, same ingredients, same great flavor. I mean, I'm sure, look, if you had them side by side, maybe you could tell the difference. But I couldn't tell the difference because I didn't have the Ben & Jerry's in front of me. But it was delicious. So shout out to Aldi Foods. Shout out to Brookie Dough. Looking forward to getting some more of it. I ate the whole thing. I sat down and ate the whole thing. I'm not even ashamed to say that. It was so good. Sloppy Sunday, gamers. Really appreciate you. I have been and always will be Coobs. Peace and love, gamers.